What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry that this video is coming up late. I wanted to record it earlier. Unfortunately, my weekend was extremely busy, and then I was sick for a couple of days. Anyways, let's talk about The Menu. This was directed by Mark Mylod, stars Ray Fiennes, Anna Taylor-Joy, and Nicholas Hoult. A young couple travels to a remote island with other fine diners and food critics to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises. Alrighty guys, so I gotta tell you, right off the bat, this movie was so much fun to watch. I had an absolute blast with it. Now, from the trailers and everything that I had seen, I knew what to expect going into this movie, but there was just enough twists and turns and everything that keep me thinking, oh my god, what is gonna happen next? You know, and just enough stuff keeping me on my toes, and just had an absolute blast with it. I loved this movie so much. So on this restaurant, it is supposed to be like one of the most exclusive places to ever eat. You're lucky if you get to eat there even once. All of the people that are here traveling to this island to eat the dinner, you know, they're wealthy business people, food critics, and bloggers, and everybody does a really good job at their part. The business people, you know, like, one of the dishes came out and they're just like, I don't want this, you know, give me something else, and I'll pay for the extra. I don't really care. Like, just say a number. And then you've got your food critics who are just kind of like breaking down each of the dishes, and they're just like, oh, this is really good, and it reminds me of like eating this kind of deal. And so it was really good. Everybody did an absolutely fantastic job. However, I gotta give it to Ray Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy. They were the absolute standouts in this movie.
No way.
I know. Shocking, right? But they were. They were. Ray Fiennes as the chef, like, when the camera is on him, you can, like, feel his presence and everything like that. When he is introducing each dish, what they do with each dish is that each one has a story that goes with it. And what's cool is that with each story, we're actually finding out a little bit about the chef himself. And so I thought that was really cool how they were able to bring that into there, so that way we could learn something about each person and everything like that. Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Margot, she's the audience member. She's like me, like, who's not really familiar with fine dining and that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm like pizza and burgers, fries, like tacos, that kind of thing. Like, that's what I'm into. And so when he was explaining all of these dishes and everything, she's just like, that's cool, you know, but you know, I don't really care. So she did a really great job. So her character was awesome. I absolutely loved it. Like, she was actually pretty badass during the movie too. The one thing I will say about the food, while it looked really cool and everything, and I loved all the stories that went with it, most of the food, I'm gonna be honest, wasn't really all that appetizing. Like, I didn't think when I saw the food come out, like, oh, I need to eat that. Like, there was one or maybe two dishes where when they brought it out and I looked at it, I'm just like, my mouth was watering kind of deal. Like, I didn't really get that with most of these foods, so that was a bit of a letdown. The stories that went along with each dish was kind of what made the dish, like, special. So, Nicholas Hoult's character, I gotta tell you, at first, I didn't really care for him. That's because, like, he was one of the guys where he's just like, oh, this is chef's food. Because the chef is essentially, like, his hero kind of deal. And so he's just like, oh, with his food, you know, you need to experience it. You don't just eat his food. And anytime Margot just didn't really get that, he's just like, oh, whatever, you know, just give me the food then. Like, kind of deal. And it's just like, okay, dude, you're kind of taking this a little too seriously. And he's, like, taking pictures of it and everything like that. Then an event happens later in the movie with his character, and I absolutely hated him. So I went from kind of despising him to absolutely hating this guy. Nicholas Holt does a really good job of pulling it off, but my god, did I hate him. Overall, you guys, I had an absolute blast with this movie. Absolutely, it's one of my favorite movies that I have seen this year. I actually want to go and see it again in theaters, but as for where I would put it on the worth it scale, this one for me absolutely is owning on 4K. Yeah, it was so much fun. I want to go watch it again and see if there's like anything else like throughout the movie that maybe I missed the first time that I watched it. And so I really want to see it again for that reason. Alrighty guys, well that's going to do it for this review. Down below in the comments, let me know, what did you think of this movie? Did you like it? What were some of your favorite dishes in the movie? Or what's one of your favorite cooking movies? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!